This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by promoter Eddie Hearn here in Birmingham. Eddie, we're back, Weigh-In day. What do you make there at the start there? Felix Cash, Tyler Denny. Felix needing to strip down there?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was like 0.1 over. It was flickering around. So I thought Felix looked really good. You know, I've been around him a long time. You know, mostly when a fighter steps on the stage, you can see it in their face and their jaws and their eyes, how tough the weight cut's been. He looks healthy for me, but he's in really deep tomorrow night. I think it's a really tough fight. And I think because of the inactivity, I think Tyler Denny's probably a favourite in the fight. Felix has all the ability, all the skill to beat him. But if he ain't about this sport anymore, he's going to have a horrible night tomorrow night. If he's motivated, which, you know, he looks like he is, Adam Booth looks like he's got into his head. If he's fit, if he's got a desire in this game, he'll win tomorrow night. But it ain't going to be easy. I like Tyler Denny. I mean, he's not with us, and I like what he's about, which is fucking hard work, a great engine, and he'll take you to horrible, dark places. And it's a great, great fight.
How much pressure do you feel is on Felix's shoulders now?
I think it's almost like his career because, you know, I always say, like, fighters have got dreams and aspirations of the levels they want to box at. And if they can't box at those levels, sometimes they're not interested. Do you know what I mean? So for Felix, if he loses this, what's he going to do? Go back and fight for the British middleweight title or an eliminator for the British title? Like, this is a guy who a couple of years ago stopped Denzel Bentley in, 2 or 3 rounds on BT, was going to fight for the WBO world title. And now he's having to come away from... But this is the kind of fight that can make you. Do you know what I mean? Coming into the away fighter's backyard, all the crowd against him. Like, if he comes out and does a job, he's back. You know, I'd love to see him fight Hamzah Sheeraz. You know, I think that's a brilliant, brilliant fight. Hamzah's in a good place at the moment. Obviously, he's got plans as well. But domestically, you've got Liam Smith, Chris Eubank Jr. You've got some big fights. And at world level, you've got Adames, you've got Lara, you've got Janibek. They're all quite low-profile names that you can actually get a shot at. But tomorrow night will tell us everything.
Just on Hamzah Sheeraz, obviously I know he's a Frank Warren fighter, but who rumoured... Hamzah Sheeraz, that is. Yeah, but he's a Frank Warren fighter, yeah. No, Hamzah Sheeraz, yeah, no. Hamzah Sheeraz being a Frank Warren fighter. There's a lot of talk about him boxing on that September card. I've seen Chris Eubank Jr. mentioned. Do you think it's likely that fight takes place on that card?
I mean, look, that's obviously the card is being built by George, me, Spencer, but most importantly, his excellency. It's a Riyadh season card. You know, I think there's obviously, after Hamzah's performance in Saudi Arabia, I think there's a desire to potentially see him on. I'm not sure whether it will be against Chris Eubank Jr. He's not my fighter, so I won't comment on that. But, you know, you're going to see everything announced on Wednesday for the presser.
You've just seen the weigh-in finish. We know fighters will go and rehydrate and that. Will you be rehydrating at the Royal Weigh-In this evening?
I mean, you know, you told me that there was a great restaurant for a mixed grill, the Royal Weigh-In, right? But you made it sound like it was within walking distance. You've now told me it's 15 to 20 minutes on a train or a half an hour drive.
15 to...
Andy, when you tell me it's a 20 to 25 minute drive, it ain't.
No, it's about a 30 minute... It's about a 30 minute...
What we're going to do now, we're going to go on Waze, right? And it's called the Royal Weigh-In, yeah? Oh, that sounds like a long way away.
It'll be the best meal of your life.
Right. There's a few Royal Weigh-Ins. Is it in West Bromwich?
Yes.
Is it in Bromford Lane?
Yes.
It's 13 miles away.
Yeah.
That's a good start for you. So to get to the Royal Weigh-In for the mixed grill tonight is going to take me 49 bloody minutes.
At 2 p.m. when there's traffic.
Oh, is that traffic at 2 p.m, yeah, as opposed to 6 p.m?
Not for when the table's booked. Not for when the table.
All that red traffic there. What's going on? Is there roadworks or something? You want me to go an hour for a bit of chicken?
Eddie, it's the best chicken of your life.
I'm tempted.
But Eddie, I promise you, it's not that long. And the train is direct. It's 20 minutes and it's over the road.
Where's the train station?
Birmingham International.
Can I walk there?
Yeah, it's literally a 2-minute walk
from the hotel
to International, and then you go straight to Samuel and Dudley Station, and it's over. Like you walk out, it's over the road.
On the Midlands line or whatever it is tonight, you're going to see me at Dudley Station at 7 p.m, whatever it is, walking to the railway. Can I walk from Dudley? What that station?
10-second walk from Samuel and Dudley Station to the railway.
Called the railway.
It might be. It's probably. I imagine so.
Yeah.
But Eddie, the table is booked. It's a booth just for you.
Oh, you got me a booth, did you? Thank you, mate. Well, in that case, I'm definitely coming.
You've got to know.
There's a good chance I'll be there.
Well, I look forward to that one, Eddie. Moving away from that, we had a Prizefighter tournament announcement, sorry, a bit of a press conference earlier on. Just excitement, finally have that one kind of a ball rolling now.
Yeah, I mean, look, going to Japan in that market, it's a great market for boxing, so that's great for us. But really, reinvigorating the Prizefighter tournament. We had a lot of fun with it over the years, but it was kind of like a crapshoot in the respect of it was three-minute rounds, crash, bang, wallop. This is a championship series that's going to put you into a position for fight for the world middleweight title. But most importantly, it used to be 32 grand for the winner. It's now $1 million. So for these guys, for Mark Dickinson, for Kieran Conway, for McKenna, it's a massive chance for them to position themselves for a world title, make a huge amount of money, and it's a really fun format. I'm looking forward to July.
Who do you favour? Who do you think is kind of a favourite at this moment in time?
I think that, Mark Dickinson's a good fighter. He's a little bit inexperienced as a pro. He's linked up with Tony Sims. He's going to be very fit and ready for this fight. Kieran Conway's been around, although he's kind of fallen short at that European and world level, he's got good experience. But, I'm looking forward to seeing McKenna as well because he can punch. Look out as well for Giovanni Estrella from the States. Very exciting. There's a lot of exciting fighters in this tournament, a lot of punchers, obviously with a knockout bonus as well. I think it's going to be great fun.
Eddie, obviously one of the talking points from last night, Ryan Garcia reaching a settlement agreement with New York State Athletic Commission, a 1-year ban, a $1.1 million fee forfeited back to them. Just kind of your thoughts on everything.
Yeah, I think not knowing a great deal about it, my opinion is that they've probably gone in and sort of had a hands-up plea and gone, look, we're almost like, we're not saying we're guilty, but we're guilty, and how do we wrap this up quick? And I think when you're not adamant about protesting your innocence away from the crap of social media, sometimes it's better to play the system and do a deal. I've had a lot of questions about Conor today saying, do you not think you guys would have been better? The problem is with Conor, he was never prepared to do anything but fight his innocence to a point where it might have cost him a year. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. But even now, we're still in that process. So it doesn't sound like Ryan has gone through this hearing to fight his innocence to the death, and actually look at why this might have happened and this actually doesn't make sense. Which, listen, I also understand, having been through the process, but it's very hard to go in there and hold your hands up when you feel like you've done nothing wrong. And you do that out of principle. But maybe the smarter thing is to do this. It's a no contest, which is absolutely 100% the right decision. He's a ban for a year. I don't know if the ban's from the fight or from yesterday. I don't think that's been announced. And then 1.2 million to Golden Boy, which is just unbelievable. Like, I've had about 20 fighters test positive. I've never had $1. Can we change it? I don't know. Devin should be getting that money. Devin took a pasting from a guy that had performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Could have been a life-changing pasting and might be a career-changing pasting. Really, if they're going to fine him, that money should be going to Devin Haney. But, it's dealt with. My bigger worry, if I'm Team Ryan Garcia, is what he does during that period, because he's not going to be in his training camp. And, I think someone's got to grab hold of him and take him away and do a bit of training. And, a year's not a long time, really.
I've seen obviously Devin say that he might take a year out himself now. I know that originally Bill said that he wasn't going to negotiate fights whilst this was ongoing with Ryan. What do you actually anticipate to see happen now with Devin Haney?
I think he might sit out. I think he's probably looking at it now. He's probably a little bit disheartened with the whole sport and the business. So, which is a shame, because I think, Devin's always been about legacy and belts and championships, and I really want him to continue that mindset, because it's what made him different. But after what's happened to him, he may just turn around and go, do you know what? I'm not fighting Sandor Martin for $1.5 million. I'll wait for a massive rematch with Ryan Garcia next summer 2025. But I don't think he wants to fight anyway till the end of this year. So, yeah, maybe he just sits out as well.
Do you think he goes down that route as what he tweeted as well, as he won't box to a weight class he don't care for?
That's a sulk. Do you know what I mean? So that's like the world's against me, the sport's a joke, fuck the weight classes, fuck the belts, fuck everything. And I don't blame him for having that mentality after what happened to him in that fight. But the belts matter. Whatever way you want to look at it, and the governing bodies don't always make the right decisions, but the belts do matter. They provide value, they have a commercial value, and when you're talking about big fights in the Middle East or Saudi Arabia, the belts matter. So I think it's wrong to ignore them. And again, I go back to my point about chasing legacy and championships and belts. That's what Devin is about, and hopefully he doesn't lose that focus.
Obviously, Bob Arum said that Inoue versus Doheny seems to be taking place next, and not Mr. Akhmadaliev.
The reality is that as good a fighter as Inoue is, Mr. Honda, Bob Arum, the whole team do not want to fight Akhmadaliev. They know how good he is. And I'm not saying he beats Inoue. I'm not, you know, Inoue's a massive favourite against anybody. But come on, guys. Like, and I love to. If I didn't like TJ Denny, if I didn't represent him 5 years ago when he was world champion, I'd be a lot harsher. Good luck to him if he gets his shot. But come on, that's a terrible mismatch, that fight. And what, you want to make it because he's had a fight in Japan? It's bullshit. And when Bob Arum comes out and goes, oh, I've never even heard of Akhmadaliev. Shut up, you're telling fibs. You know, I know for a fact, because when the governing body spoke to Mr. Honda, he didn't want them to order the Akhmadaliev fight because they do not want that fight. That's the only real competitive fight for Inoue at 122 pounds. So give the fans what they want. He's still a massive favourite. Take the fight. That's a real fight for the Japanese fans, for worldwide fans, and for boxing.
Any final one? Felix Cash, sell it, final time here in Birmingham.
The whole card, brilliant card top to bottom. We've got a lot of our great young talent on before the bell. Don't miss Kane Baker's last roll of the dice against Aki Fiaz on before the bell. It's going to be a great, great fight. Hamzah Uddin's got a tough fight, a couple of divisions above him. Cameron Vong against Jeff Afori is going to be a lot of fun. You'll see the head-to-head later. That's a real test for Cameron. Emma Dolan against Shannon Ryan for the British and Commonwealth Championship. Really, really good fight. Oh my God, Lewis Crocker against Conor Walker is going to be a bloodbath at 147 pounds. And Tyler Denny against Felix Cash, another pure 50-50 fight. Really, really good card on DAZN tomorrow night. Sit back. It's going to be a lovely day around the country. We're gearing up for Tuesday night. Little barbecue, couple of beers, sit back, stick DAZN on, and just be entertained for the entire evening. Before we head to Phoenix next week, before the presser for, hopefully, AJ and Wembley, and then off to Phoenix for Bam against Estrada. Fucking buzzing, boy. And the Railway Inn. What more could you want?
Exactly, Eddie. Thank you for your time. I'll see you there tonight.